case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for.
In the 1976 case of Henderson v. Morgan, the Supreme Court of the United States grappled with the idea that for a defendant to be found guilty, their guilty plea must be both voluntary and fully understood. At the heart of the case was a defendant with a history of mental disability who pleaded guilty to second-degree murder without being informed that intent to cause death was an essential element of the offense. The victim in the case was Mrs. Ada Francisco. Initially indicted for first-degree murder, the defendant's lawyers advised him to plead guilty to second-degree murder, but did not explain the required element of intent. After several unsuccessful attempts to have his conviction vacated, the defendant sought relief through a writ of habeas corpus in the district court. An evidentiary hearing was held, with witnesses including the defendant, his lawyers, the prosecutor, and the defendant's mother, to determine if he was indeed aware of the essential elements of the crime and the possible sentence. The defendant testified that he would not have pleaded guilty if he had known that intent was an element of the offense. The court ultimately ruled that the defendant's guilty plea was involuntary, thus violating due process of law. As a result, the conviction was vacated and the case was remanded back to the district court for a new trial or further action as required by law. In reaching this decision, the court found that the element of intent had not been explained to the defendant, and his low mental capacity provided a reasonable explanation for counsel's oversight.
Case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for. Visit lsd.law, elevate your mind. Leave the stress of class.